Hello, my friends, and welcome to another devotional connection. I was having a conversation with some friends earlier, and we were going over one of my devotions that I did a while ago. I was sharing the story of driving back from California and watching the sunrise, and what God was teaching me from that about preparing for His arrival, how all the plants opened up and faced towards the east where the sun was coming from, and we're preparing for the arrival of the sun. And through that simple lesson, he reminded me of what we're supposed to be doing. In this conversation, we brought up John 14:2, where it says, "In my Father's house are many dwelling places. If it were not so, I would have told you. And I go to prepare a place for you, that where I am, you may be also." And we were discussing the Hebrew language of it and the significance of it. And I just want to share a thought with you today. In Ephesians chapter 1, it talks about God choosing us before the foundation of the world. He's been preparing for our arrival since before He made us. He made choices way back before the foundation of the world that has guided every decision He's made up until this point, and will guide all the decisions until we get with Him. He chose to make us holy and blameless before His sight, in His presence. Through Jesus Christ, He has adopted us into His family. He wants us to be with Him. He has been preparing for that since before He made us. You don't make a choice like that and then not get things ready for your children to arrive. Jesus is the one by which everything that was made was made. Therefore, when Earth was made, and our universe and solar system and galaxy that goes along with it, He spoke it into existence, all of it. Sometimes we get the idea that Jesus is up in heaven with some nails and a hammer and construction lumber, and He's preparing all the rooms for us amongst all the other duties that He has. He spoke an entire universe into existence. The only time He got His hands dirty was when He made His children, you and me, and our progenitors, Adam and his wife, Eve. Sometimes when I read the verse, I think it's better to read it like this. And I'm no Hebrew scholar. This is just my take on it. In my Father's house are many dwellings. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare you for that place. Because what God is doing right now with all of us is preparing us for His arrival. He's making us, He's changing us into images of His Son. Ellen White writes that the purpose of Christian education is to restore the image of God in His children. He's preparing us for His arrival. He's preparing us to be with Him forever. To think that He's up there with construction lumber would not be a correct assessment. He speaks and the universe moves. But we're the ones who He's given free will to. We're the ones who have to choose Him. He's preparing our hearts, our minds. He's preparing our character to be with Him. If you enjoy sin, if you enjoy violence, if you enjoy all the things that take away from the laws and rules of life, heaven won't be for you. But instead, He makes it, He prepares us to be with Him. And I love that thought. And the question becomes then, am I allowing Him to work? Am I being still and knowing that He is God? Am I allowing Him to work on me every moment of every day so that He can get me ready for His arrival? Because He's only coming back for His bride. And I plan to be ready when He comes. Just a thought. Like I said, I'm no scholar. I haven't studied the lexicon. It's just the way I read it, and I enjoy it. And I thought I'd share it with you today. Talk to you again soon.